All right, in this lesson, we are going to talk about the product rule or the product property when finding derivatives. So it basically works like this, that if we are finding the derivative, well, let's describe it. Let's say that we have two functions. Let's say that we have function f of x and we have function g of x. And we're going to multiply these two functions, f of x times g of x. We'll just call this h of x. So if we want to find the derivative of h of x, what we're going to do is we're going to take our first function, which is f of x. So we're going to take our first function and we're going to multiply it by the derivative of the second function. So I'm going to take the derivative of g of x. So if we were to kind of go through and give each of these color, let's call this one orange. This one can be red. This one is red too. And then this one will be green. So I'm going to take the original f of x, multiply by the derivative of g of x. Then I'm going to add. So I'm taking first times derivative of the second plus the second times the derivative of the first. So if we are filling this in, that gives us red multiplied by the orange function. So in words, it's first times derivative of the second plus second times derivative of first. So that's what I say in my head for the product rule is first times derivative of the second plus the second times derivative of the first. So if we look at an example, f of x equals 3x minus 2x squared multiplied by 5 plus 4x. So just setting it up is going to be, I'm going to take the first function, which is going to be 3x minus 2x squared times the derivative of the second. So if I look at this function right here, what is this derivative? This derivative, a constant, doesn't have anything, and the derivative of 4x is just 4. So I'm going to multiply this term by 4 plus the second function, which is 5 plus 4x times the derivative of this first. And so the derivative of this is going to be just 3. And then if I bring this 2 down in front, I get negative 4x. So I'm going to multiply this by 3 minus 4x. So if I go through and I start to simplify, I'm going to say 4 times 3x is 12x minus 8x squared plus, now I have to do the distributive, or I have to FOIL. So 5 times 3 is 15, negative 20 plus 12x plus or minus 16x squared. Now we've got some like terms. So I see negative 8x squared and 12x. I've got like terms here and here. So that's going to give us negative 24x squared plus 4x and plus 15. So our final derivative using the product rule is negative 24x squared plus 4x plus 15. All right, another example. Switch colors. Function equals 2x, x squared plus 3x. Again, first times derivative of the second. So 2x, the derivative of my second. If I bring x squared down, it's 2x. And the derivative of 3x is just 3. Plus the second, x squared plus 3x times the derivative of the first. The derivative of the first is just 2. Now I'm going to use the distributive property, 4x squared plus 6x plus 2x squared plus 6x, and we're going to combine like terms and get 6x squared plus 12x. So the derivative of my original function is 6x squared plus 12x. If we were to simplify this function by factoring it out, f of x equals 2x to the third plus 6x squared. So again, if you were to multiply this, f of x equals 2x to the third plus 6x squared. When you take the derivative, you get 6x plus 12 either way. So again, it's cool in math when we can do the same thing and get or we can do different things but get the same answer. Well, here, find the derivative of the function 3x to the fourth minus 1, 5x squared plus 2x. I'm going to keep this constant out. So I'm going to keep this 3 on the outside. It's just a constant. There's no variable with it. So as I'm going through to find my derivative, I'm going to do it, but I'm going to not worry about that 3 till the very end. So I have x to the fourth minus 1, 5x squared plus 2x. Okay, so as we go through, again, finding my derivative, I'm going to ignore that 3 for now. First, times derivative of the second, 5 times 2 is 10x, and then the derivative of 2x is just 2, plus the second, which is 5x squared plus 2x, times the derivative of the first. Moving this 4 down in front, I get 4. 4 minus 1 is 3. Now we need to simplify. So 3 on the outside. Again, you got a FOIL, so this is going to give me 10x to the fifth plus 2x to the fourth minus 10x minus 2 plus 20x to the fifth plus 8x to the fourth. Now let's see if we have anything in common. It sure looks like we do. 10x to the fifth plus 20x to the fifth is 30x to the fifth. 2x to the fourth plus 8x to the fourth is 10x to the fourth. And we are left with minus 10x minus 2. And to finish this out, again, I could leave it like this. I would honestly probably leave it like this. You could potentially distribute this 3 in here as well, just depending on, and if you wanted to do that. That would be your answer.